Howdy YouTube, Darlington Farm here. Well, as you can see there, I have my Trailblazer all torn apart. I'm basically not off for a few weeks, but I'm kind of in between, have a lull in between projects here, so kind of wanted to go through and do some maintenance on it. I figured I would show you what all I was up to here. So number one thing, my old valve covers on this Kohler were cracked. Not badly, but just enough where they were weeping a little bit. There's the old ones. Apparently it's a common problem on these guys. I decided to go ahead and replace them. Super clean inside, but which is pretty nice. Just kind of pull everything apart, clean it out. There's all this funk everywhere in this thing from it being full of insulation, and I'm guessing somebody put oil in it and just slopped it everywhere, because there's no oil leaks or anything, but just the whole top of the motor was just covered in that felty, funky crap. And you'll notice I have the muffler off here, and it is sitting down here. This thing has had a weird metallic kind of sound to it, and yeah, so as you can see there, the baffles are broken loose in there, and I ordered a new muffler, and it should be here in another couple days. This thing is, yeah, like I said, always been louder than I thought it should be, and especially like, you know, running it versus the similar Bobcats down there at the job I was working at. This thing was a lot louder and had that weird tinny, like at first I just kind of thought it was the sheet metal rattling inside there, and then I realized, no, it's not really that. So yeah, as you can see there, the muffler is is dead. Anyway, waiting on that guy, and basically just going through here and cleaning things up. My daughter came out here with a stainless brush and some WD-40, scrubbed all the crap off of the faceplate here, so this thing actually looks really nice now. And there we go, 818 and then 91 hours, so I think I put like 9 hours on this thing since I got it. Man, yeah, I'm pretty happy with it so far. I like the way it welds for what it is. I did have to put a different battery in it because whoever bought that guy got one that was too tall, and the motor mounts back there were digging into the battery, and I'm actually really surprised that it did not puncture the top of the battery while I was using it, which was fortuitous. But anyway, yeah, so one of you guys was asking how to set the frequency and the voltage, or the frequency on this guy. So if you look, take your serial number, go to Miller, plunk it in there, you can get the manual for basically any Miller product. In this particular one here, the low idle is between 36 and 38 hertz. High idle is between like 61 and 63 hertz, if I remember correctly. And then the way you set that is real easy. For the idle, or for low idle, at least on this one, there's a set screw right down in there. See if I can focus on that guy. Yeah, right there. That's your low idle adjustment. So you just put it in low idle, let it idle right there, and you stick your frequency meter right in the aux power outlets, and you just basically adjust it. Use a screwdriver until you get it where you want it. And the high idle on this guy is a little bit different. It is the spring right back here. There is I believe it's a nylock on the end of there. Yeah, there's a nylock on the end of that guy. Right there. That's your high idle adjustment. You just adjust that in or out, and you get your high idle, and then your machine should be set right. So yeah, that's how it works. Pretty simple process there, but I'm guessing the one I had previously rented was not adjusted right, because when I got this thing, it welded kind of funky, and I want to say it was running about 75 hertz. So yeah, that'll really affect it. Anyway, like I said, I really like this guy so far here. I mean, I don't have a huge amount of hours on it, but you know, I ran it for 10 hours or 9 hours, and I ended up running about 8 gallons of fuel. So I'm pretty happy with the fuel consumption. And I may keep my eyes out for a high frequency box here and actually try some TIGging aluminum off of it. That might be kind of interesting and kind of a useful thing to have. laying around in the toolbox. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, I picked up some new dust covers for the insides down here, and went ahead and changed the oil filters and all that. And then the hood on this guy had some funk, like I think it was like epoxy or something like that. So I just went ahead and, you know, sandblasted it. I know you guys said, or one of you guys commented, oh, just get new sheet metal for 200 bucks. I was going to do that, and then I thought, well, I'll just, you know, get some spray on truck bed liner, but the powder coat that's on there is badass. It took basically a great deal of effort to get it off there. The sandblaster just kind of took forever and made a mess out of it. So yeah, if you're gonna replace the sheet metal on one of these guys, just do yourself a favor and buy the new stuff, and instead of spending a ton of time actually fixing this. And I got a new filler deal here just to kind of make it look nice, because the one that was in there was pretty trashed. You know, don't need it on the propane one, but it just is kind of a space filler type deal. But anyway, yeah, there's the Trailblazer there. I'd fire it up, but without a muffler on it, it is super loud. But I'm pretty happy with it. I pulled the carburetor off and cleaned all the crap out from under here. It seems like it idles up and down a lot smoother now. This thing was just full of funk and just crap. Oh, if you're looking for the part numbers for the valve covers, are right there. I just got those off Amazon. They were only like 17 bucks a piece. It uses the same ones on both sides. No, oh, you don't need the one with the you know, oil filler. But anyway, yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I like the way it welds. I guess with a caveat, for a really tiny welder like this, I like the way it welds. You know, I prefer my 200 or 250, but such a small deal. My Vantage, like I said, needs a new rotor, and I'm kind of looking for somebody that can rewind those locally. I don't really want to spend 2,500 bucks on that thing. So anyway, once I get it fixed, I think I'm just going to sell it and just use this guy and my 200s there. I have one other deal, maybe huge if it works. I don't know exactly what's going to happen there. I don't really want to talk about it too much, but maybe moving out of here and into a real shop. So anyway, I'm Darlington Farm. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Once again, yeah, just go to Miller, chunk in your serial number, get your manual, tweak your settings there. I'm guessing if your welder's not been adjusted in a while, you'll really like the results. Anyway, I'm Darlington Farm. Don't forget to click that subscribe button, and thank you for watching.